Slayer, live fire. How you feeling, Frenetic?
I am doing just fantastic, and this is such an exciting match. This is the final week of regular season play for the Mixed League. Next week starts playoffs, and both these teams want the win here because both these teams want as good a seed as they can possibly get.
Surely, and we have Worriers going up against Dazed Clan, as you can see on your screen. Coded, Brohito, Gravlift, and Ketos rounding out the roster for Dazed. Nico, Mentals, Sticking Prism, CG, Invictus rounding out the squad for Worriers as we get a triple kill right off the bat here from Brohito. Is he going to get the over? Decides against it. He's going to wait maybe for some team help here as he throws a nade towards some oncoming traffic as he stays alive with the sniper here.
That's a pretty bold play, getting that deep into the enemy pistol with the sniper, but it worked out for him. Sometimes that's aggressive sniper play there. Plus the R team on the back heel lets you get a flag run, although unfortunately not this time around.
Unfortunately, the timing was not there, although he did start very hot. Sometimes, you know, on a bigger map like Argyle, you need some backup before you can pull the flag, even though you might have the numbers advantage right away. As now we see the sniper in the hands of Nico. He finds one on their vent. Surely callouts are in. Tries to hit a no-scope. Unfortunately, Gravlift is able to get the better of him here. And now we're back on here with Brohito, again with the sniper.
He's got a red-hot start here. He's got 5 kills already. He's leading every other player in the lobby.
Yeah, as he gets a team fight in here, unfortunately goes down to a nade, as they did have him stuck there in their PCs there. Now Dazed Clan down 3. Gravlift trying to stay alive here in vents, get some shots in. He's going to pick up the QT, go live with it, and now is going to continue to see if he can find that guy PCs, thinks better of it, and comes back towards his vent.
And now control the enemy pistol side. And with that QT especially, you can pick up a quick kill, portal back. Now you're still in a power position. You can keep helping your team. You should pick up this, pick up the S2 guy, teleport back to the pistol. He's back in a power position again, and he's in a completely different place. And hey, look at that. Escapes danger. All because of that teleporter.
And I really do like the QT addition. I feel like it still is quite underutilized as far as maybe a higher level pro play, particularly for spawn trapping. It seems to be a big use for it, but I would love to see more use of that closer to the HRL level, where, as Gravlift put it to really good use there, Brohito staying alive with a couple of nades. Now he finds 2 of them, but he has help this time.
Yeah, to kind of wax a little bit more about that, the QT. It's such a great way to maintain control of different power positions on the map, and Gravlift was putting on a clinic with it. He picked up multiple kills, kept rotating, kept controlling the best parts of the map, and that helped his team out so much. If he was not doing that, the R team probably would have already had a successful flagpole at this point.
Agreed, and already you can see it in the stat line: 6 kills, 2 assists, and only 2 deaths so far. Him and Brohito rounding out some really nice kill damage here. We're on board with Coded, back on with Invictus. Invictus looking to wrap on to Red P side here. Finds one on vent, throws a nade. Coded trying to stay alive in his base with the sniper. He picks up the grapple and he grapples back, trying to juke out his opponent here. Nico is going to find the end of his teammate's gun. Used to grapple, doesn't quite work. Invictus going into P side here.
I'm reading that time right. We got 20 seconds to the new snipers. Whichever team wants to have a successful flagpole here, they're going to want to get control of the enemy snipe. They want to either take it for themselves or at least deny it to the other team, whether that's throwing out the map with themselves or not. But sniper control is essential on this map. Without it, you will not get a successful flagpole the R team has one.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a bit on this map, probably more than even other maps that have double snipers, where they have your opponent throwing your sniper off the map if they possibly can. I love that play, considering that I believe it comes with 8 shots of the sniper, so a map as big as this, like you said, definitely can be controlled by a slick shot of the sniper. As Brojito finds out that the sniper is up and he wants that back in his hand. He started hot with a triple kill here as he's looking towards his enemy's P side, but he hears some callouts coming in. You can tell this by his aimer. He lands a shot, doesn't quite hit the head, but info is in. They know that he's there. And now he's going to try and help his teammates on the other side here.
Got a push coming in from Worriers on the Dazed clan pistol. Fortunately, I don't think it's worked out in their favor. They're currently 2 down.
Yeah, Mental's trying to stay alive here with the sniper on the opposite side. Invictus, the top slay right now for Mentals. 11 each for Brojito and Gravlift on Dazed clan. And we're starting to see quite a bit of a slowdown here.
Yeah, this is actually a little bit of an interesting play. Most of Dazed clan is on the enemy pistol side, except for, well, Brojito was on PC side all by his lonesome. That was not the ideal play there. Ideally, once they found Mentals, they would have all collapsed upon him. Fortunately, that did not happen.
Brojito
5 minutes remain.
back on with the hot shot here. Gravlift finds Prism, and now Warriors were 2 down. Brojito finds one and trades out with the sniper, it looks like, on PC side. And Mentals is going to find an opponent right in front of him, but unfortunately another teammate's there. And we're starting to see quite a bit of bait and switching here. He finally goes down. Ketos, who was hiding there in PC for quite a while. And again, just kind of a bit of a slowdown here as people are trying to play their angles and get some info and put some damage down, and hopefully their teammates can find them on the other side.
Both these teams are playing this kind of very, very, very slow. We see...
Oh!
I just saw sniper rifle get given up to a teammate. Gotta love that. Especially when you're on the receiving end. But looks like you would have not wanted to touch that. Now we're about to see 3 down for Warriors. Dazed clan in control.
Make that all down as they pull the flag. And I was just about to say that Dazed clan did have the slaying advantage for a while, and Warriors kind of caught up in that regard, but Warriors with 4 down, the flag was pulled, and now the flag is dead. And we have Warriors on it, but it's continuing to move as one goes down. It looked like Sticking Prism, or maybe I was Invictus that was on the flag. As the teammate tries to help the flag runner here through the sniper side.
And there we
and
go.
The flag
Dazed
gets
clan.
returned. Flag gets returned almost exactly as he's coming up the snipe. And now Dazed clan ahead 1. With 3 minutes to go here in a slow-paced Argyle game. You got to think that that is killer for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's definitely the time to worry if you're Warriors. They've been playing this very slow. Yes, worry if you're the Warriors, but both teams have been playing this very, very slow, and that's fine if you happen to be the first on the board. Fortunately, Warriors is not. And now there's 2 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. They're down 1-0, and Dazed clan, if they played good enough defense, they're all set. They don't have to pull another flag this whole game. They should still keep up the aggression, but they technically do not have to. They don't cross the 50-yard line the whole rest of this game. That does not matter.
And that's a good point to make. I know particularly on this map, you definitely want to push on one side as long as the other side isn't going past the 50. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're Warriors, you probably do not want to split push past the 50, only on one side. As Sticking Prism is already on the P side, they have him spawning on Snipe, and we're going to see possibly his teammates push in. Nico gets a kill. I wonder if he
That
re-engages. Down goes two. Sicking Prism is going to possibly find a third. He's going to go back for the flag, but his teammate was already there. You got to think that maybe you go back for that as his teammate now dies, and another one goes down. That was Prism.
He had a pretty good opportunity there, but unfortunately, seems like it was a miscommunication on their part. If he had known his teammate was there to pull the flag, he could have stayed in the enemy base, picked up the third kill. They would have had 3 down, and they probably would have had the cap by now.
Yeah, I thought that was maybe a little bit of miscommunication, like you said. He probably didn't think his teammate was there, clearly. Otherwise, he would have probably finished that. Unfortunate for Warriors, but there's still a minute to go here. I have seen crazier things happen in Halo. And we have on board with Coded, who is holding down his base. He has Sniper, he has a BR. And he accidentally falls off
and now
the
he
map.
has a problem.
Uh-oh. And Dazed
Oh, I
Clan
love that.
goes all down. Oof. So here comes Warriors with a flagpole.
Yeah, that was about the worst possible thing to happen to Dazed Clan in that moment. Now, it is possible they could get this flag. Invictus doing a good job to stay alive there and not force the flag. So long as they can keep contesting that, they don't have to worry. They can just get the tie and then go into overtime. But this is the part where you gotta really worry if you are Warriors. Again with that pun. If this flag gets returned, they're essentially done.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Slayers for Dazed Clan came back quickly, but they were able to get outslayed. The flag is pulled on the other side, so now we have an old Western standoff here with the flag caps. Sudden death overtime with the flag.
Yeah, so long as someone's holding this flag of Dazed Clans, either holding it or sitting in the circle near it, sudden death will not end. That's the key thing.
So you got to think that maybe you're a little more aggressive on the Dazed Clan side, obviously, because you're up 1, but you also can't have your flag returned either, otherwise you die game. So
I feel a
Brojito
little
and
differently.
Gravlift.
If I were Dazed Clan, I would be soaring in there. There's no real downside. If they succeed, they win the game. If they lose, they tie, and then they have the slaying ability. They can easily win in overtime. That would be my thinking on their side.
You definitely see why, and I was going to say that, but also I feel like at the same time, if you're Dazed Clan, you kind of have the game in your hands. Maybe you're a little bit less aggressive, but you do, again, like you have the slaying power right now. You got Brojito and Gravlift doing quite a bit of the work here on the slaying department. As Gravlift again finds one, and he's sniffing out a couple there, it seems like, as he sees another. As the comms go in, he's going to find the back, and kills go into mental.
The thing that that keeps wigging me out, though, is I keep seeing them drop the flag and let the timer go out a little bit. I've seen it happen where teams will forget about the flag and it will return at the worst possible time. That would be a real awful way to go to sudden death, simply because you'll let the enemy flag return.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that team chat while that happens. The sniper gets picked up here by Nico. 2 were down for FaZe Clans. They had a little bit of an opportunity there, but Argyle is a big map to traverse without the grapple. Brojito already on the P side. He's going to find their sniper, but he gets away. Is he going to chase that? He does find him. Hito's his teammate. Brojito putting in some impressive damage here. He picks up the sniper, and that's not good news for Warriors.
Nico is actually leading the entire lot now. 27 kills, 19 deaths. Let's see where he is. Oh, he's on the death screen. Guess the caster's curse is real whether you are watching him or not. And looks like they have found the flag.
Brojito just doing the damage at the right time, it feels like, in this game. Even though in the beginning the triple kill didn't really
give up an easy death by soaring in there and exploding on a nade thrown by the other team. Generally, though, you see teams either push mostly long haul or mostly bottom mid for that camo fight. Seeing a
Nice
little bit of... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I was about to
Slight lag
say
in
it
the
was
stream, but
a
that
little
is
bit of a
okay.
lag, but Invictus seems to pick up the camo here, so that goes to the side of Warriors right off the bat. Invictus hopefully going to make a play here without being noticed as he finds an opponent rather reloading his weapon, takes him down. And surely the comm has gone in that camo is in bottom A as a shot comes through and damages Invictus.
Yeah, with this camo, I actually don't like him being right next to some of his teammates like this. It's kind of a waste of the camo. You want to be able to find your opponents, take shots at them from places where they can't really deal with you and fade away. Or, like how he did with Gravlift earlier, pick up that one kill in sort of an ambush kind of way. Running next to your teammates, it makes it really easy to just get exploded by a nade thrown at your teammates, and then the camo has become essentially valueless.
Yeah, definitely trying to make good flanks with the camo. He did get a kill there, so I'll give him credit, and he is also leading his team right now in kills. Because right now it is 8-4 Dazed, as Gravlift and Keto's, also Brojito, putting in some kills for their squad. Only up by a team wipe here, as Gravlift looks to stay alive here on Sneaky. And his teammate's going to fly in and hopefully get a kill here with some of that damage. And it looks like Brojito and Keto's go down. It's now 10-8 as 3 go down for Dazed. It looked like possibly everyone went down. It did lag for me again there, unfortunately. Now they're only down by 2, so Warriors closing out the gap by a little bit as now the fight for camo re-engages.
Yep, tied now, 10-10, and this camo fight is a big one. No one's grabbed it yet, but I think... Oh, we can switch to Invictus. It looks like he just grabbed it.
So we'll see if Invictus makes a different play here as he is moving away from his teammates. He knows where they're at. He does put some shots in. Unfortunately, the other team did not know that he was there, even though he was standing right next to him. Coda going to try and stay alive with the shock. Invictus doesn't know where he went. He's starting to sniff his trail, though.
Oh dear, they are right on top of each other.
Doesn't quite know. Coda almost lands a headshot, hits 2 of them.
Hit it? No, he does not. That's a huge kill.
Yeah,
That's
what a play
snipe
from
now
Nico.
in the hands of Warriors. They had a very successful camo compared to what we saw the previous use of it.
And now Warriors up by 3. Previously down by 4. They're on quite a bit of a run here. Gravlift making his way through bottom A. Ooh, he gets taken out immediately. Brojito kind of trying to stay alive here.
I feel like that came down to just an audio cue. That's the only thing that makes me think they were able to know that he was there.
That's kind of hard to tell.
I don't know, my experience has been it's been so much more of a factor in Infinite in particular that the footsteps are so much louder than past Halos. You almost have to be a little bit careful in how you move if you're making a flank like that, lest you be heard and lest your perfect play be ruined.
Invictus with the camo again. So for the 3rd time, hat trick camo style, Invictus is going to look to make a play. He's currently 7 kills, 3 assists, and 2 deaths as he's going to find another one. Another one bites the dust. He finds a second one.
Very good.
And possibly a
third.
A third
Hits
one, unofficial triple. And he is just doing damage with the camo right now. That has been the game changer so far.
This has been essentially the ideal camo play. Stay alive, pick up a few quick kills, fade away. Don't give the other team any kind of easy way to track you down. You as camo player should be the hardest possible kill.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Hitos has the grapple here. Brojito finds another. He's going to go for that shock, maybe. But he sniffs out one here in gold. He kills him, and Shirley's going to grapple that right to him. Needs to pick it up again. Ooh, almost finds the behind of an opponent there going through blue, but he does find the forehead of another. As he's watching his teammate fight from the other side of the map here. Not much he could really do from here, unfortunately, as the gap has now closed. 27-26 right now. It was an 8 or a 7 or 6 kill lead for the side of Warriors just a few minutes ago.
I believe it was 6, but that just kind of goes to show how quickly the lead can flip in a Team Slayer, and especially as very nice nade there from Coded FBS. But it goes to show how quickly the lead can flip in Slayer, how quickly you can go from being up by a pretty substantial amount to, essentially being tied. Big kill there, though, by Invictus on the camo player.
There was no way he was going to let him get away with his camo. He took that one personally.
That's mine. Mine, you'll not have it.
Invictus 16, 3, and 4 for his squad right now. As he does some more damage on top gold. As he's trying to see if that guy from A is going to come push him, but he has a teammate here, so I wonder if he goes with him to A.
Yeah, and this is one of the age-old conundrums of recharge on, honestly, a lot of game types. When you have the team trapped in Turbine in an A, what do you do? If you have someone on the other side of gold, do you push everybody towards Turbine A? Do you push gold first? And generally, the way to deal with that is to somehow, some way neutralize gold, whether that's by pushing together to gold or by at least engaging them first and making them back down. That way they're not just peppering you in the back, as Warriors has been experiencing these past few deaths.
Yeah, ill-timed push there, unfortunately, and almost bit Dazed in the rear end as well, as they tried to push through bottom white there and went 2 down. So the team wipe didn't quite happen the way that Dazed wanted that to. They're up by 4, 36-32, with about 4:10 left to go here. And you got to think that if you're Dazed, that you're probably keeping a similar play style and letting them push you, and hopefully you can get some team shots in, as now they make that a 5-kill lead. 6.
It's kind of
7.
7.
I'll just keep counting. Camo is up. Gravlift goes for it. There's 3 down on Warriors. You got to think at this point this might be the game. They're able to get away with this.
I thought that was about to be a stick here, but 2 down immediately. Let's see the grab lift. Yes, got away with the camo. And Kitos has snipe in hand for Dazed Clan as well, or he did. Sorry. You guys see some camo snipe action from grab lift? Looks like.
He's just looking for someone. He found someone, couldn't hit him. It's now 43-40. Make that 43-38. 5-kill lead for Dazed with about 3 to go. Surely the game is going to slow down quite a bit at this point. Warriors only with 7 deaths to play with as a squad.
I was going to say a little bit earlier, the 30 kill mark is kind of the halfway point for Slayer here in Halo. Once you get to that point, each one of those deaths really starts to matter, especially as you get closer and closer here, where, again, every single time you get caught out in the open early in the game, this wouldn't matter. Here, though, Dazed Clan is only 4 away, taking this one home.
Dazed Clan already up 1-0 in the series. They have 4 kills left to go. It's only a separation of 5 as Warriors looks to keep it as close as they possibly can. They do have them bunched up there on gold side, but Looks like a flank might be coming in here shortly. Invictus finds one. He finds another. Keeping the team alive here.
It looks like Invictus is getting camo again.
I think Gravlift caught him. Let's see if Invictus gets him. He
Oh,
does.
he got away with it.
It's
Oh, well, there's
48-45.
one immediately, Mangler Pit.
Oh. If only. 49-45. Kitos looks to finish it. Chooses to stay alive. As the chase goes in for the last kill. And he finds him. The Shroud doesn't quite help him there as the shot comes in before, but that was a lot closer.
Which team has adapted the best at this point in time?
Absolutely, and one thing is very apparent, I'm glad you brought it up, is that these games are still extremely competitive. As Gravlift starts here pushing Tower 2, knowing that he spawns on Bunker, surely the other team is either spawning on that back rail or Carbine a lot of the time, assuming that the players are in position to do that for spawns. Gravlift is keeping an eye on Overshield. His teammate's going to pick it up. Overwatch pretty easy there for Gravlift, as they got that one for pretty much free.
With what I remember of Rig, Overshield control is one of the main things that you want to keep an eye on for this map. One of the keys to winning really any game type on it. And particularly here, what they want to do is have that OS control. They don't care if you're going to get B off the start for the team that spawned on Carbine side. They want the OS. They want the OS, grab A and C, and then they can rotate later as they need to.
And I think it's good to point out too, I did say this earlier, but I believe there's no sniper on Stronghold's Interference, if you didn't know. So that is B side. That is usually where that would spawn, so that does make sense. As Invictus is sitting...
Not.
Invictus finding some shots across the map and just lasering him. As Kitos looks to push him out, and he finds him too. He says, sit down, see you later. Invictus 6-0-1.
Invictus really taking the lead just like he was in the previous game. He is playing just lights out. He wants this win for his team.
What I really like about watching him so far is that he's not playing super aggressive. He's just sitting back, he's shooting his gun, and he's aiming well. He's not doing anything crazy movement-wise. He's just playing incredibly smart and letting the game come to him, as they would say in sports. Sometimes that's all you need to do, is let the game come to you and play smart.
That is exactly right. You know, you see so often a lot of players doing all these crazy movements, all sorts of slides and crazy skill jumps, and those are certainly useful. But it still comes down to, the fundamentals. Putting yourself in the right place at the right time.
Agreed. I do believe probably more than ever with the way that Halo Infinite's movement works, that the movement probably a little bit more important than in past Halos, especially with the G slide and how that can throw off other teams' timing, as far as, especially in OBJ, particularly. But Worriers up by 70 and counting here. Gravlift finds one and he puts shots into another, knowing that he doesn't need to deal with them right now. He needs to worry about B. Finds another one from the cross and is going to come back and look at the guy that he was just looking at there on tower stairs. Doesn't see him. Back to B side as attention goes, and sees one catwalk listening to comms. And now they're going to switch over to C, knowing that A is already flipped. Some great awareness here from Gravlift in the squad. Gravlift still doing some damage. No one went to C there. I'm not sure where his teammate went or if he died there. That looked like a prime opportunity to cap that immediately. But now they're back gaining points.
Rojito worrying me a little bit there, but managing to pull that kill out. He's kind of alone on this A side of the map, though. But he's also completely alone from Worriers, and that's him, the overshield for his team.
So this might be a good turning point. Like you said, OS huge here. He's going to find a kill on Tower 2, and this has to result in some sort of cap. And it looks like it's going to be on A, bunker side. So they stop the bleeding here. He's going to go for the Chal and Invictus. That's a bad idea. Invictus says, sit down, see you later. He's 12, 4, and 3. Keto is looking to wrap engine side here. Top engine, sees one, drops down, listening to callouts. And Brohito also doing the same thing. He's going to try and get across here on B. And he has some good angles. He finds one. Sees another. Team shots are going in. Can't quite get the toes of Invictus there as he's trying to stay alive. And Invictus finally goes down. 2 down for the side of Warriors, and now Dazed Clan taking points again.
One thing you gotta be careful though when you're pushing that B side, it's really easy if you're not holding down A for them to get a split spawn on you with this map. And that was the case both here and in Halo 5. You could have a team potentially split, spawn people on Carbine and also spawn people in Bunker. And then you're being shot from 2 sides while trying to cap B. And or you have to stop capping B in order to prevent an A capture. Either way, you're losing out. I do like, though, right now what Worriers is doing with their rotations. They're playing actually quite a bit better than the previous 2 games. They've been in control pretty much this entire map as they just wipe Dazed Clan.
So the cap stops on B, they pick up Overshield, and now they start on A. Knowing that they're probably flipping C here, which is already happening. And Prism, I don't think saw his enemy there, but 2 down go, 3 down go for Dazed.
Actually, Prism was in the Twitch chat just a minute ago, saying how they're mounting a comeback. Got the Overshield, he's pushing A, where Dazed Clan is spawning. Let's see if he can put words to action here.
Well, so far, so good for the comeback here. Again, the first 2 games super close, and they're running away with this one so far. 210 and counting to 53.
I'm wondering if this is maybe even coming down to just Dazed Clan is not that familiar with this map. I mean, if you're not familiar with it from Halo 5, this is a difficult map. There are a lot of intricate spawns. There's a ton of little nooks and crannies that allow for different skill jumps and let you get across the map in, frankly, kind of crazy ways.
Absolutely, and especially, you know, Contender, maybe not even a skill difference, but sometimes people that play in Contenders simply just don't play as much and may not be familiar with the map and how to play it or the spawns or anything. It can be extremely confusing trying to figure things out with your teammates. And that's on top of maybe not even knowing the call out. So now we're on board again, and Warriors takes that one pretty handily as we move on to game 4 here, which is Oddball, the only map I believe that features Oddball. You cannot play the ball off the map, so definitely difficult to understand when to rotate and frankly where to hold the ball. A lot of people like A, some people like C, so interesting to see how they play this one as the trade comes in from Nico and Keto there. And
I feel like I just saw a sticky launch right there.
I caught the tail end of that. I looked away for just a second. Did see the trade come in as now Brohito has the superpower combo with the shotgun and camo, as he does damage, but he's easily spotted on the other side and goes down. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's one of those times where either go for it or you don't. Either full bore, push. He probably would have at least gotten the 2 people in C stairs had he pushed in. May have traded, but that's better than what ended up happening, so unfortunately.
So all Dazed Clan needs to do is hold this lead, right?
That they do. They could potentially just win this round with, well, they're holding the ball now, but they could technically win with 9 points on the clock. course, the flip side of that coin is you got to be correct every single time with a defense like that. The other team has to be correct just once to break your hold and start entering time for themselves.
Right now, Keto's racking up some real big ball time here as 2 goes down on the side of Dazed Clan. This is exactly what I was talking about. This can be a really difficult situation to figure out where to play the ball, especially when you pick up that your teammates die. But Invictus is going to make sure that they both die on the same side and probably ensure a little bit of ball time here. But Dazed Clan trying to get to that ball, but they were pushed back immediately and went down a little early. But again, Worriers now trading out some deaths here as the ball is continuing to be held on PD side, and the camo is now picked up by Dazed Clan.
Who picked that up? That was Ketos. There you go. Thank you. Switching to him. Ketos here just needs to pick up a few quick kills. He doesn't need to immediately stop the ball. There's not that urgent of a thing. What he did there was pretty much just right. Stop the bleeding, get his team back in control.
So Invictus is going to try and find the damage guy. He's going to hopefully pick up that shotgun if there's anything left in it.
Well, he's got at least 2 shots.
At least 2 shots. Teammate there on back A, but they're both weak. Now he's going to try and play his life as now Warriors up by a few points here in round number 1 with 3 minutes to go. Invictus is going to find one with those 2 shots. Good play there by Invictus. Well timed. And he's going to find another good timing play there from Invictus. 2 down for Dazed Clan. Ball goes to Invictus, but Invictus knows they just bought PD. He's going to again find another one unsuspecting in back A, but his teammates are all dead, and now this ball is surely going to rotate to C.
You were talking earlier about when do you play the ball, which for Streets is more just putting it into kind of a bad area if you need to go out and grab it as the other team. But when do you play the ball? Where do you rotate and when? Right here, Warriors has done a very good job of that. They played it calm. They didn't immediately freak out and dive onto the ball like you see so often in matchmaking. They played it cool. Invictus picked up a couple kills and played his life. And now they were able to rotate to C and pick up a pretty good amount of time here. They've got a 20-point lead currently, and we're pretty much at the halfway point of the game.
Still a tight game. Either, a hold from either squad here could surely end the round. Warriors up by 19 with 2:27 to go. Make that 18 and counting. Brojito on B stairs is going to find a couple looking away from him. One doesn't hit his jump, but that doesn't matter. An assist does come in from a teammate. His Coda is probably going to stay alive here. And he finds a kill. Great job by Coda to stay alive. He did miss his jump there on Trash, but it didn't matter. He got out there quick, put the shroud down, and got a kill out of it.
Now we have all of Dazed Clan alive on driveway side, but they're getting flanked now by Nico shooting them from heaven. The red room hold is kind of an interesting thing to see here, but in the current situation, it's actually the ideal thing. You can't really get hit unless you charge in there like Warriors is having to do. And that isn't always an easy thing. Especially if you're having to come from across the map just to get into a position to even think about shooting it.
Absolutely. 2 down for Dazed Clan, 3 down for Warriors. 1 just spawned for Dazed Clan. And this is probably going to be the round here for Dazed Clan. As Invictus goes down quickly. And only a couple seconds left with no one around the ball carrier. Round 1 to Dazed Clan.
Now as we see these spawns flip, let's see how 2 teams play from the opposite side.
Incoming.
It's always kind of interesting, especially if you go to a round 3, and just an interesting little mental aspect to it. Do you start the same way as the first round from that same side of the map? You do maybe what your opponents would do. And if you know what your opponents are doing, how do you counter that in the second round?
Yeah, that can be pretty tough, I feel like, to figure out on the fly sometimes. You do have to be super aware of what you're doing. But I wouldn't put it past these two teams. They've been playing pretty close-knit. I mean, even that first round of Oddball wasn't necessarily a blowout by any means, as Worriers looks to keep their hopes alive here in round 2.
Certainly not, and fairly certain Nico got away with the camo, although I'm not sure if it's still active or not.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Ravliv here playing his life as best he can, but he's fighting a war right now. Unfortunately, goes down. Nico did have the camo, so at the very least denying that Dazed clan, who are now 3 down. And ideally, they're going to push.
Enemy
Yep.
has the ball.
Push the guy at C, collapse on him, and make the rest of his teammates spawn away.
Yeah, good play there by Nico, and good awareness to know that, because he saw him back there and continued to move the ball, knowing that his teammates were likely going to pick that up. Because now the ball is dropped, Invictus doing a ton of damage there. An assist comes in. And now the
Invictus here, a lot of people in matchmaking would try and play the ball immediately, but that would honestly just get him killed as he does a 360 on. Dang, on a grab lift. You know, minute for style. You gotta get those style points in there.
absolutely got to get style points. That's what HRL is for, baby. We're on stream.
Enemy has the ball.
Exactly. If you can't get the kill while looking good, what's the point of getting the kill?
Yeah,
Ooh,
agreed.
Enemy has the ball.
he's continuing to look good.
Oh,
Camo
my.
is still on the field as far as I'm aware. Loving the sound effect as well. That is perfection. Just
Some all-time sound effects here from producer Sozer. 2 down on the side of Worriers.
Ball dropped.
25-1 is the score. There's about 3 minutes left, so this one's starting out quite a bit slower than the other one did. On A, I feel like the ball, when we were talking about playing the ball, can sometimes be misplayed or sometimes not played at all, of how quickly your teammates might die around you from either cafe or B side. Ravlift with a cheeky little play almost found some really good damage there coming through tires, but he's found quickly there on palms, and he is going to go down. 2 down for Dazed, 1 just spawned.
Ball reset.
The ball finally
Warriors picking up the
resets.
shotgun as well. We were talking about how this map has no way to play the ball. While there's no way to throw it off the map, essentially, if you're trying to play the ball, you're putting it in an inaccessible location, one where you cannot access it very easily without just sort of immediately dying. And that can sometimes let the ball just reset on its own from the timer counting down. And if you play around that, as Worriers has just done, they've now got a pretty solid A hold, and they're just racking up the time here, sending to actually a 50-point lead.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Yeah, large lead here coming in from Worriers as Dazed Clan struggling to get to the ball, as Worriers playing around it pretty well at the moment. Mentals doesn't know where he went, shows his head there in the shroud, comes back for some more, unfortunately goes down, but it's a 2v2 right now. Invictus and Prism versus Brojito, but he goes down. Another on A Gen there, he goes down.
The ball.
Invictus 27-3 and picking up, I'm sorry, 27-13 and picking up the ball here.
Enemy has the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah, you got to get your couple of courtesy points in. You know how it is.
He's playing OBJ.
Enemy
Oh,
team
yeah.
nearing victory.
Let it not be said.
Nico coming in with what almost was a really clutch kill there, as he has 115 ball points right now for Worriers. It's 94-5.
Kill
and the triple
grab
comes
lift.
in.
He's looking for it. He sees the spawner's caution. He knows. He wants it, but good job not overcommitting and just ending up dying in a silly way. That said, Dazed Clan, they got an uphill battle this round. Warriors increased their lead to 94 points. Dazed does have the ball now. They are on the clock, but they don't have too much room for mistakes. All it will take, really, from Warriors right now is just one good wipe and one good quick hold, and then they're on to round 3.
Absolutely. They are down 2 here. Dazed Clan made a really good play, I felt like, particularly Gravlift, to ensure that the enemy team wasn't chasing there while they had the route to C. And now they are closing this gap, moving the ball, just kind of sitting there on purple. That I'm not sure if they know where they want to go quite yet. They choose C, but the ball carrier is going to go down here. Nico finds them, and he backs up to Ivy help. And now he's going to rotate
Nico has
back.
been laying down that much damage. He's completely out of ammo. He's just scouring the battlefield for an extra mag.
Enemy has the ball.
And Nico's still alive here. I wonder if he picked up a weapon yet. There he is.
Enemy has
Oh,
the
there
ball.
he is. He's found one, and now see, this is where Dazed Clan, they can't make a mistake here. They need to keep Warriors from touching this ball.
Ooh.
They can work this, stop the clock. Nico just needs to play his life, let his teammate come in from behind, and there's Invictus
Yeah, great
coming in to
play.
save the day.
Enemy has
Yeah,
the
way to stay patient there. Not show your head.
the ball. Ball
And
dropped.
obviously this is
Enemy has the ball.
likely going to end on this play unless they get crossed. And they
They
do.
are. Oh no! Don't come out like that. No.
Uh-oh.
Enemy has the ball.
So once again, Dazed Clan staying alive here for the time
Just
being.
as we say that, Caster's Curse comes in.
Enemy has the ball.
And that's going to do it for that round. So we do go to round 3, just like you said. You called it.
Ball incoming.
Alright. Starting off with Brovito, we got a big Purple Street push from Dazed Clan here. They get shoddy off the bat. Trading slays.
2 down for Warriors. They pick up the ball. They're going to go to A, but they may have spawned. No. Yeah, it looks like they did.
Enemy has the ball.
Spawn PD there, it looked like. Unless they are already there.
Ball dropped.
Oh, they
Invictus gets
they
2,
got-
and 3 go down for Dazed.
they got the PD spawn. They were not blocking that, and that kind of ruined what was a pretty promising start. And now everything's in favor of Warriors. They got ball, they got C setup, they got camo. They're in their control. If I can put words together.
Yeah, Warriors and Oddball, again, kind of a deceiving, can be deceiving in the way that you think that the game is close, and all of a sudden you miss a push, and that's an extra 15, 20 points, and now it's looking to be pretty much exactly like that, where it was only a 20-point lead, but because they couldn't get the push there, it's going to move towards closer to 40, possibly 50 here.
And especially in a round 3 here, every single failed push where you don't stop that all-time crewing, you're getting more and more worried. The Warriors are making you worry.
Enemy has the ball.
Every single failed push, you're getting more and more desperate. This goes
Yeah.
for Warriors too. That sword cuts both ways. Now they're in a bit of a desperate situation because now Dazed Clan has their C setup. Now Dazed Clan is putting time on the board, and Dazed Clan can afford to lose this game. Warriors cannot.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next comment, is that they're also not just putting time, but they're putting pressure on Warriors to come and grab that ball, because they need that ball out of Dazed Clan's hands. They need to win this round in order to keep playing tonight, as we are in Game 4 of this match, best of 5. Dazed Clan up 2-1 so far. Warriors have the ball again as
And
the lead
moving
grows.
moving into cover within C. They're in a really great spot at this point. Dazed Clan is spawning all over on A side. They have person covering driveway. They have people covering from top C and benches.
Enemy team
They're
nearing
set.
victory.
Dazed Clan has perhaps one, maybe two pushes if they can make Warriors drop the ball.
And they have
If they
it.
can't-
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Double
But yeah,
kill.
Warriors has it pretty much in the best possible position for where the rest of their team is. And like I said, one push only, maybe two.
Yeah,
That's all it takes.
that's pretty much exactly what I was going to say. That was about is perfect.
Whether that's find them at A or whether that's find them back B, either way.
As clearly the fight for Sniper goes down immediately. His kills are traded out here on top mid. The Sniper was in the hand. We just switched off of him real quick there. Coded, finding nade there, and also nades going in on top mid from Keto.
I'm curious.
Yes.
Yep. Grab left with the camo. I
There
say
we go.
it's another one of those maps where the camo is on a delay. It doesn't come up immediately.
Great play.
And especially in a Game 5 Slayer, the camo becomes
Uh-oh.
one of the most important things. It's just
Mentals. Go
one
ahead.
another way to just get easy kills for your team.
It's always exciting seeing how the camo is played. I really like watching Trippy use the camo, particularly in pro play. I think he is probably the best camo player in the game, which might be kind of weird to say because pro players in any camo can be devastating. But I do like watching Trippy. Nico finds one, wins a quick piv, but he's traded out by his teammate Keto's wraps around the corner, and two are down for Dazed, two are down for Warriors. A quick piv comes down, but his teammate cleans him up. Brojito finds two. It's 9-7 Dazed Clan.
I would say it's especially important for both these teams. You should not ever be fighting alone. You should not ever be getting caught out. If you're fighting individually and you're not immediately picking up a quick kill, you need to be backing out and disengaging. The stakes are too high for anything like that.
Yeah, as we start to kind of see maybe both teams kind of switching positions here on A and getting caught. But in the same hand here, there is some pretty quick outs here. There is a QD on B, there is Key Door, there is Rat Tunnel. You probably don't want to be caught pushing out into camo or dummies or screens, as it's very open. But very close game so far, only a 4-kill difference. Make that 3. It's 14-11 Dazed Clan. As 2 are down, make that 3 for Dazed Clan. Brojito trying to stay alive. He's sniffed out immediately. Throws a nade. He finds the chaser. Mentals
Very nice.
makes a mistake. Chases him, but Brojito still goes down. Great play from Brojito.
And when you do find yourself, like Brojito did in that situation, where you're on your own, you're getting charged down, take as many of them with you as you can. Don't give them an easy kill. As you might have heard Ryan Noob say, don't get averaged.
Don't get averaged. And unfortunately, that's exactly what Mental did there. Chasing that kill is kind of a Halo sin. As the cutie comes into play, Brojito, grab lift, Keto's all dead, grab lift spawns. As he gets a body shot from a sniper, he's going to try and play his life as he's going to get sniffed out, and hopefully he runs to his teammates, but he's going to get stuck. He knows that they're going to be coming sandbags. One's behind him. The call out surely coming in here. He sees him weak. Can't quite get up there.
I
The
saw
shots
remote
come in.
detonation show up in that kill feed there. Nice job from Coded. Fortunately going down at Keydor. Brojito's got sniping in for Dazed Clan though.
As
Let's
we
see if
haven't seen
he can get
Brojito
us.
with the snipe since game 1, it feels like. Now he picks up
actually
the
don't-
cutie.
Yeah, I don't know that we actually ever saw him with shock rifle in game 2, and of course game 3, game 4, there was no sniper. Let's see what he can do with this.
Ooh. Plays his life with the cutie. I was going to mention that earlier. I know we talked about that, using that on a different map. In a Slayer, on live fire, how are you playing the Quantum Translocator?
Well, I would be using that to set up pushes for your team. If they're trapped in A, say, I would be pushing from big door, taking a couple shots, making them come after me, and then QTing away as they start pushing me. Meanwhile, as I'm doing that, my team's pushing in from top middle, from screens, and coming in from behind. And then because of that QT, because of the way it works, I can then come back and help my team complete the push and rinse and repeat. And here we are. Here we are again from game 2, the halfway point, 50-yard line, as we're coming up to the 30-kill mark in this game 5.
27-24. I mean, it's going pretty status quo as how the last few games have gone in this series. Very close, only a small difference, and it really just comes down to just a little bit extra teamwork, a piv or two. Just like right there as the Kale gets traded out, but his teammate gets his trade. So that's a 1-2 swing, 29-27. Warriors closing the gap by just a little bit. 6 minutes to go.
Looks like we have a new sniper coming up right now. But it looks like Dazed Clan is going to have pretty easy access to that. They are all on our side of the map. They all have an easy way to get to it. But Invictus says, I'm still going to take a kill from you. Maybe rethink that challenge next time, bud.
As the kill feed grows shorter, it's 29-28. 29-29. The game is tied in elimination game 5 HRL mixed contender action. Make that 31-29, and Warriors are rolling.
I loved right there seeing Invictus and who is that? That is thinking Prism working together on B, not giving up even a trade there. Plenty of people would be perfectly happy with a trade, but in a game 5 here, where every death counts, and especially where the score is this close, you don't want to trade.
5 minutes
Ooh,
You do want those
Hipko
headshots.
just tagged the forehead of an opponent and is going to look for another. He knows that white wall might still be there. He's going to chase this top mid, but he doesn't see him. Still worried about the player that could be behind him. I think he might have heard an audio cue there.
Coming through that tunnel, and now they have multiple on dummies, but gets a nice body shot. They don't want to overcommit here. Their position is not really that great for what he's doing. Snipe.
That's unfortunate. He almost had, I think he thought he had enough damage for that body shot there. Real close, and it looks like the camos is going to go on the side.
Mental strafe right there. I am in awe. I feel like he should have been dead so much sooner, but he just moving absolutely perfectly.
A 0-15-0 move dead zone, doing some damage to Dazed Clan.
Yeah, and I'll point this out too. Metals may only have 1 kill at the moment, but he has only 6 deaths. That, in a game 5 Slayer especially, that's way more important than kills. He's shooting with his team, he's got the same amount of assists, but he is not giving up the deaths to Dazed.
Yeah, and technically he's participated in more kills than he's died to, so he's doing his fair share here. And in my opinion, that shows incredible awareness to know that, okay, maybe the shots just aren't hitting tonight. And what could be the servers? Maybe I changed dead zones, I got a new controller, whatever, but he's aware enough to not keep pushing it and dying for the sake of his team, and now they're up by 8 here. Make that now back to 8. And Warriors kind of running away with a reverse sweep here at this point, 45-37.
Thinking Prism doing his very best to make that Twitch chat prediction come true.
Sticking Prism, a man of his word. Gravlift finds one. He has something to say about that. Brojito with the green gun. They know that they're all in A. So now we get to witness one of the greatest happenings in esports, and that's Halo Rec League mixed contender action. Game 5 Slayer on live fire with only a few deaths left to go. Brojito sitting tower with the sniper. They try to play standoff, but I think Warriors are happy to play time here at this point, considering the score.
I would not want to be playing time in any kind of Team Slayer. It is way, way, easy to just give up a few kills, give up a few power positions, trying to play time, and end up on the wrong end of that equation. Especially with camo coming up. I don't know if it's popped yet. I think it has, but I'm not sure if anybody was able to actually get hold of it.
Yeah, it looks like Warriors were just baiting that one, and unfortunately, Dazed clan goes down. Nico does have the cutie as they continue to wait for him to push him on A. Sticking Prism gonna stick his head out and gather some info. They know that they're on C. Curious to see what Dazed clan does here. If they're able to push out, there is only a minute 20 left to go with 7 kills. They're gonna have to push. A kill comes in. The push comes through top mid. Mentals hearing the call out. Nico finds one on sandbags. He turns around. There's a few there on big door. Mental trying to stay alive. He sees one. Puts in a couple of shots. Teammates are just around the corner.
Incredible strafe coming in.
And that's going to do it. The incredible comeback is now complete.